I mended my daughter's pants and I also altered them. Let's go ahead and see what I did with these. So here's a patch. You can see, nice tie-dye patch. That was from a big huge rip. So you can see here on the back, she ripped the knee here and then somehow she also ripped it up here and up here. So this was basically tack it down first, then stitch around the seam here because my daughter doesn't like patches on the inside, and then basically just stitch back and forth to keep the whole thing tacked down. So that was a big patch. So that was not too hard, just took a while. You can barely even see the stitches in there. So hopefully that'll hold. This is cotton flannel for the patch. All of my children are very skinny, so the waistband, a few things happened. This adjustable elastic like disintegrated basically. So I did a zigzag, I just pulled it to where I needed it, zigzag stitched it, and then stitched it down, so tacked it essentially. Now, I needed to take out about 1.5 or an inch, so here's how I did that. I actually took it out of this area right here. So it looks pretty good. You can see that there's some alteration there. Taking out the seam here, cutting off some of it, and then sliding this over, and then zigzag stitching up here, and you can see where the stitch is here. And then also pinning and resewing the seam here. So from the outside, it's not super noticeable. The pocket's a little bit wonky, but she could still fit her hand in there. Now, we tried these on and they still weren't quite the right size. So then what we did was, which is an actual simple alteration if you're just trying to get a little bit of size, is that we added a second button. So here's the original button, we just added a second button there. So yeah, so very tall as you can see, but very, very thin at the top. So there's my alterations, and now these jeans live another day. This is actually from her older sister. So yeah, there you go. If you have any questions about anything I did, let me know. I did this with the sewing machine. This part I did by hand, just because it's really hard to fit this into a sewing machine because they're pretty thin. So, okay, bye.